Hello everybody. So I am at Camp Adair. So today we're going to focus on urban legends. So I decided to just kind of check out places in my area, which I live in Albany, Oregon. So I wanted to check the surrounding areas to see what kind of urban legends we have around here. And I came up with a few that I think you find interesting today. So our first stop today is Camp Adair. So this is an actual road of what's left of Camp Adair. So this at one point in time was a very big city. So I can't remember how many people lived here. I think it's like 300,000 people. So none of this, nature, weeds, all this stuff, none of this was here. This was all buildings and the such. So Camp Adair was built in 1944. If I get any of this wrong, you guys correct me in the comments, that'd be awesome. So Camp Adair was constructed in 1944. In 1943, the government came out here and, I wouldn't say forcefully, but they made the people move, like farmers and people who lived in this area. It's a large area, so I can't remember the miles. It's pretty large, but and then they started constructing the base. So what they did is they built this base so you're gonna get a lot of wind here. So I'm just gonna continue after we get past this part. Okay, I got some tree coverage now. So they wanted to build this base to train Army soldiers for World War II to go overseas and fight. So this was a training Army base. It was beautiful. I mean, I saw pictures online of the past. Trying to go from tree to tree line so that you guys my voice doesn't get drowned out by wind. So it was an Army training base where I left off. So they brought tons of soldiers out here and it was a great base. They used to call it Swamp Adair, the soldiers, because the place would get so swamped out and the mosquitoes were bad. I mean, it was a beautiful base, but it was horrible conditions for the soldiers, which kind of got them ready for Germany and all that other stuff, because the landscape here looks very familiar or very similar to Germany and Italy and all that. So the base was a training base for, whoa, did you guys see that? I just scared that vulture. For 2 years, and then it became a POW camp for Germans and Italians and the such for about a year, if I remember correctly. I just heard something move in the bushes. Anyways, So there's a lot of wildlife out here. So then for some reason the government came and destroyed the whole camp. They saved some buildings, but they blew up most of them. I know that sounds weird. Well, I don't know why you would blow up buildings, but if you walk around this camp, which I do encourage you to do, it's a beautiful place, you'll see a lot of the stone foundations of where all the houses were and stuff like that. Some of it's overgrown, but if you look hard enough, you'll see it. So urban legends, let's get to that. So the urban legend of this place, there's like a small roadway right there. That's new. Or at least from the last time I was out here. Urban legend number 1, Camp Adair. There are underground tunnels that lead from Camp Adair to Corvallis, the town of Corvallis, the town of Albany, the town of Philomath, and little towns around the area. I have yet to find the entrance here. I have found the entrance to these tunnels, and we're not talking walkway tunnels, we're talking 4-lane highway tunnels in Millersburg and in Albany. However, I have not found anything out here, and I've looked extensively. I am a huge fan of Camp Adair. I may not know all the facts, but I just think it's phenomenal how a town of 300,000 people can exist for 2 years and then just be wiped out for no reason. I mean, there's no online reason why that was done. So, okay, so urban legend number 1, underground tunnels. Urban legend number 2 about Camp Adair is they were doing research out here with experimental electromagnetism. So in the late 70s, early 80s, I'm taking you to this area up here, and as we get closer, you're probably going to see a fence. It's behind that area. So hopefully the fence is not locked and we can go inside. So the whole experiment was they had this huge magnet in the ground that emitted electromagnetic pulses or rays or whatever you want to call them. And they wanted to see what the effect was on the general public. I mean, these pulses were strong, very strong. That's why I think it was from the 60s to the mid-90s, this was a no-fly zone. Aircraft couldn't fly over this because of that reason. I mean, it would totally affect airplanes and jets and all that stuff. So you can see the gate coming up here. So I don't know what they were trying to prove or trying to find out with electromagnetism, but the reason why I say it's an urban legend is because there's very little information online about it. There is a little bit if you dig hard enough. And to kind of back that up, there's an area out here, and hopefully I'll be able to show you, of where there could have been an electromagnet, or a magnet, a large magnet. So we'll see. So I'm going to stop talking because we're about ready to enter wind, and it looks like it's unlocked. So we're going to go in, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to cut off communication. We're going to look in here. So I didn't notice any no trespassing signs. So gonna get windy. So there's a station house out here. It's abandoned. It's been torn up. Maybe it served as an office. There's a power grid on it. Alright, here is what I'm talking about. Here's where they had the magnet. Some of it's been filled in with dirt, but they got this mesh on the ground, as you can see. Some of it's been torn up. But they filled some of it in with dirt, some of the holes. As you can see, some of the mechanisms are still here. And it has lights. See the little circle things? Those are lights. So here's what I'm talking about. So this kind of backs up the urban legend of the magnet. Some say this is a helicopter pad. I've been on helicopter pads. You don't have this mesh on there on helicopter pads. This mesh is to hold in some kind of electrical conduit, something that emits, you know, as you can see the broken glass all over the place, because these things have glass on top of them. So this mesh stuff is what I'm talking about. Somebody ripped all this up, and it looks like they're taking out the cement. So, cause see, it's all dirt here, and then cement underneath the mesh. So this kind of backs that urban legend of the magnet. Although it's no longer in play right now, it still kind of backs that up a little bit. So if you want to do some research into that, go for it. I always encourage people to do research. I'm going to kind of show you the station a little bit. So let's kind of go out here. So they had a huge box here that propelled electricity, or gave out electricity. And then here's the inside. So there was a lot of probably equipment in here that I don't know what it was for, but it is totally abandoned. People just come in here and just rip this stuff apart, which I do not understand. Why do you people do that? So, anyways, so that's the main, like, office house thing. Anyways, I don't know what that was used for. Probably to handle the equipment. Not sure. So those are the two urban legends. I'm not gonna walk around the whole base to look for possible entries to the tunnels, because I have been coming out here for 8 years looking for the entry to the tunnels. Cannot find. So I don't know if, you know, that's necessarily true. I'm not saying it's a lie, but it's definitely not found, easily found, or 8 years worth of trying to find it. I still can't find it. I can, however, maybe in a later video, take you to the entrances of how to get to the underground highway system or tunnels under Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, Sweet Home, you name it, all the areas. Generally runs pretty close to I-5, Interstate 5, all up and down the west coast. So this is pretty much it. Coming back up to the gate, and I don't know why, but every time I do come in here, and I've been in here before, it gives me, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it gives me creepy vibes. Almost like, oh, I don't know, like, not that I'm trespassing, but I shouldn't be here. I noticed this sign, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know why that's there, but the place does kind of give a weird vibe off during the day. When you come at night, this place, I don't know how to explain. It feels occupied. Let's put it that way. Like, it feels like people are watching you. It feels like there's tons of people around you. It feels like a very busy place. It's I wouldn't say it's creepy at night, but definitely has a different vibe during the day. And I know I say that about a lot of places, but this is, yeah, one of them. I mean, there is a lot of wildlife out here, like coyotes. And there are a few farms here as well that has been able to move back. This is still really classified as government property, although they open it to the public to hike. And they lease a lot of the space to E.E. Wilson, which is like a company for like sports, shooting range, archery, and the such. You know, fishing. There's a great fishing pond near here. It gets crowded sometimes, but the place is just a great place because it has so much history. I mean, I would implore you to go online, look up Camp Adair in Oregon, and look at some of the old photos, the old black and white photos. It was a very beautiful place. Immense structures, housing just out the yin-yang. They had a theater, a restaurant, cafeteria, stores. It was a city. I mean, dentist office, medical office, you name it. Anything you can think of that would be in a city, this place had it. And it's all gone now. Just foundations. So I know on some of my videos I've been having issues with wind noise. So the type of camera that I use, let's see if I can get this right. I'm not a big technical person. It's a Canon PowerShot SX420 IS. It is doesn't have any kind of attachments to block the wind. But I did see a tutorial of people who own this camera of how they put double-sided tape and a pom-pom over the microphone, so it cuts back on the wind noise. So I'm gonna do that, but for the time being, I'm just kind of hiding from the wind, so to speak. So I do apologize if the wind gets a little bit loud. I know those who wear earphones, it gets to you, and I do apologize. I'm working on it, so just be a little patient with me and just keep enjoying the videos. So this is pretty much it. It's kind of an easy day for me, so which means I have a day off from Amazon, and I'm just decided to come out and make a video with you guys. I am going to start only doing one video a week. When we premiered in June, my sponsors wanted me to go with 2 videos a week. And most of you, I don't know whether you're new here or you're a fan and came back and watched. I will repeat myself. So I do deliver Amazon 40 hours a week. I'm also an investigative writer, hence why I started these videos, so you can kind of see how I investigate things for my books. I do list my website down below. Something very large just moved in there. Huh. Okay, well, obviously it's not coming after me. So, anyway, so I did list my website below. I always do. Go to my website. You'll see the books I've written. I'm also a painter. I sell my paintings. Anything artistic I do. I just love it. I've always been an artistic person. So, with all the books published, I just had one published, by the way, not even 3 weeks ago. So I'm still kind of in the promo stage for that. So with all the books that I have to promote and sell, and with my publisher, of course, who's awesome, and the paintings that I paint and sell, to working 40 hours delivering Amazon, to doing this. The 2 videos a week was getting to be a bit much. So I talked to my sponsors, and they agree that after 8 weeks of doing 2 videos a week, we're going down to 1. So hopefully you guys still stay and watch the videos and enjoy it, and give me ideas of places to go, things to research, places to investigate. Love it. I love it when you guys talk to me about that stuff. Put it in the comments. And I know every YouTuber says this. Hit that like button and subscribe. A lot of them say it because it makes them money. I don't care about the money. What I care about is that in order to do these videos, I have to have sponsors. And if you don't hit that like button and don't subscribe, my sponsors walk. So it just creates more work for me. So it's very easy just to hit a button, and then if you hit it, my sponsors stay, and I keep making these videos, and while I'm still upright. So I do appreciate every one of you for doing that. So we're back near the road again, pretty close to it. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll meet you at the next location, the next urban legend location. So I'm going to let you guys go, and you have a great day, and I'll see you in just a minute. I gotta drive over there, so I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so this is, I got interrupted with a dead battery and something else. So this is an urban legend that I did research on as an investigative writer and found nothing to back that up. So people sneaking out here, coming on the private property, which I just had a neighbor who told me it was private property. There are clearly signs all over here, private drive, private property, that people don't want you on this property. However, so coming out here and trying to get spooked out and the such is not a good idea. So the story behind the Hell's Gate is a man who murdered his family and then committed suicide at the gate. There's absolutely nothing on record about that. I can show you the gate. I'm not going on the property. So this is the gate. It is just a normal gate. And that's it. So over the years we've had college kids come up here and do Ouija board sessions, which I read online. We've had other people, you know, children, I shouldn't say children, but teenagers coming up here to try to do ghost hunting and stuff like that. You got to respect other people's property and not go on it. So this one is a no-go. This one is not a true story. I did research all the people who own the property, and none of them had deaths in the family on it. So that is nothing but an urban legend, and so we dispel this one altogether. Like I said, I'm not going on that property, nor should anybody else. You got to respect people's property. So on to the next one, guys. Talk to you in a minute. Alright everybody, we're at our last place. This is Sackett Hall at Oregon State University. So this is a urban legend that Ted Bundy had murdered somebody here, a student, female student here, in the tunnels underneath the hall. However, there's no evidence of that. There is tunnels under the hall, this hall. I've been down there helping somebody exterminate bugs and lay down poisons for rats and stuff like that. So I know they're down there. And they do hold that annual Halloween event below the Sackett Hall in the tunnels underneath. A girl was murdered here by Ted Bundy, but it was on campus. It wasn't in the tunnels underneath. There's also an urban legend that a girl from the 1950s got murdered here, or raped and murdered, and she supposedly haunts a certain room in this hall. So there it is. So that's our last place. No one attacked me at this stop like the last one, but you know, I can understand why that guy got upset. However, this is the last place, and that's the last urban legend we're doing for today. I'm going to continue doing urban legends videos to kind of show people, you know, what I've done research on and what I have not, and what's true and what may not be true. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit wonky because I had to travel to different spots and stuff like that, and even made like a kind of side trip to Goodwill, which I really love doing, is going to secondhand stores. So you guys be good, and keep hitting those likes, keep hitting those subscribe buttons, and plenty of videos will come your way. So I'll talk to you guys soon.